સહજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. Narayan Das, which is our very own dear Brahmanand Swami, is giving us this wake-up call, this bodh, this upadesh, this reminder that everything in life is temporary. When life is looked at with the perspective, with the lens of spirituality, when eternal truth is kept as the epicenter of thought, this play of life is just a temporary act, a role play in which we have to fulfill all the responsibilities that our beloved God has bestowed upon us, but we don't have to get so engulfed in it that we take God for granted, that we take the purpose of life for granted. We can't get so bondaged, mesmerized or attached with this temporary play or act that this feels like everything and this becomes the center of our being. કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. અલ્યા નાહક ના મરો, બધા મથી મથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. No one is anybody's. We all came alone. We are all going to go alone. Let us get out of this perception of I, me and mine. He is reminding us that to call anything mine is nahak. It's not our hak. It's not our birthright. We can't say something is mine when we ourselves are not made on our own. God made us. Whatever is ours is eventually God's. Even my child happened because I happened. I happened because of God. So my child happened because of God. My parents, my friends, everything is given to me. My family is given to me by God. So it doesn't belong to me. I can't keep claiming this is mine and I am his or hers. મનથી માનેલ કહે બધાએ મારા, માની લે જીવડા તારા કે મારા. સ્વાર્થ વિના પ્રીતિ કોઈ કરતું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. હો સ્વાર્થ વિના પ્રીતિ કોઈ કરતું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. Everything eventually has some subtle swarth within it. Even the mother clinging on to a child, even the child clinging on to parents, there is some swarth involved. There is some selfishness. There is some selfish gain. Either we are seeking security or care or comfort or love or compassion or kindness or greed. Something or the other we are seeking from all relationships. It's very rare to have unconditional love for something or somebody. It's very rare to just love for the reason of love. It's very rare to not want anything from anyone, not have any expectations, to give without wanting to receive anything from anyone. It's very difficult. And hence Brahmanand Swami is saying, eventually we all just want some selfish gains from each other. As a seeker, as a spiritual person, shouldn't we go beyond this and selflessly, unconditionally live life? Selflessly, unconditionally love people. Not have any expectations while giving. Then that is truly a loving relationship. આ મારી દીકરીને આ મારી માત છે, આ મારી ઘરવાળીને આ મારો બાપ છે. મોવાની સંગાથે કોઈ જતું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. Brahmanand Swami is giving a proof that everything is temporary, because when we are going to die, neither my daughter nor my mother nor my spouse nor my father, nobody is going to terminate life just because my life got terminated or my existence ended. Everyone moves on. Everyone eventually loves their own existence in spite of something or someone who's the dearest to us passes away. We do not end up living. We do not quit life. We shouldn't also. The thought is not that we should end life to prove that we love them. The concept here is the point that Brahmanand Swami is making, that everybody is coming with a different timeline. Nobody is going with anybody else. Each one is having its own independent journey. Then why are we not focusing on our own journey first and then try to serve all other relationships that are gifted to us by God, but not try to be parasites on them. Try to fill ourselves with God and try to spread God's love all around us, not for any swarth, but just because life is created beautifully, with beautiful people around us, with beautiful things created in this universe, and the purpose of it is something beyond what we are currently perceiving it as. जननी जनेताए जन्म रे दीधो, પાડી પોષીને તેને મોટેરો કીધો, પરણ્યા પછી માતા સામું જોતો નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે, કોઈનું નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. Even a mother that gives birth to a child, feeds it, raises it, cares for that child for 20-25 long years. The moment the child gets married to a spouse, somehow takes the mother for granted. How much time do we have? How much love do we have? How much priority do we have? How much of gratitude do we have? And how much of give back do we do to our parents, who have done everything they could for 2-3 long decades and are still doing, so that we are happy, we are loved, we are safe, we are secure, we are sane. Our education, our sanskar, our everything is because they took care of us. Our existence is because of them. But how we move on the moment we start, focusing and concentrating on our own family, on our own husband, on our own child. Do we do enough justice to loving back our own parents? Do we give them enough time, energy and attention? This is how fickle we are. The moment we get something new, the old takes such a backseat. The moment something else becomes our priority, something that previously was, we move on so easily. These are again reminders and wake-up calls to value what's given to us, to not take things for granted, to not take people for granted, to not take life for granted, to not take this gift of God for granted, to not take God for granted. કેટલાક ગયા ને કેટલાક જવાના, ના કોઈ રહ્યા ને ના કોઈ રહેવાના, ગયા એના કોઈ સમાચાર નથી રે, કોઈ કોઈનું નથી રે. Are you seeing that so many people existed around us and they are no longer existing? Nobody stayed forever and no one is going to stay here forever. Isn't this proof enough that everything is temporary? Then why is this temporary journey created? For something that is more meaningful than what's meeting the eye. It can't be this stupid, the design of life, that it's just meant for these finite years. There is something before this, there is something after this. The ones that left never came back. Then where did they go? Where are they now? Why they didn't come back? Or have they come back in another form and we are not recognizing them? What's this puzzle? What's the idea of creating life? Why is this universe created? What do we have to perceive out of it? We must live with this awareness. We must ask these questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is life for? Without understanding life, life cannot be lived well. And hence Narayan Das or Brahmanand Swami is ending this bhajan with Das Narayan kahe Hari ne bhaji lyo Manavno देह मळ्यो फेरो सुधारी ल्यो दास नारायण कहे हरि ने भजी ल्यो मानवनो देह मळ्यो फेरो सुधारी ल्यो तारा साचा संगाथी प्रभु बिना नथी रे तारा साचा संगाथी प्रभु बिना नथी रे कोई कोईनु नथी रे कोई कोईनु नथी रे कोई कोईनु नथी रे अल्या ना हक ना मरो बदा मथी मथी रे कोई कोईनु नथी रे. Narayan Das is saying, I am telling you the marm of life, the secret of life, the purpose of life is Hari ne bhaji lyo. The main goal is bhajan of Hari, is loving Hari, is connecting back with the Almighty who made us, who gave us whatever we have, whatever we love, whatever we are attached to, whatever we are clinging on to is all His gift. Then at least let's love Him first. Let's not take Him for granted. Let's not put Him on second priority. If we put everything that He gave us on second priority, He has no issue with that. He's not saying don't love people, but He's saying the first priority always should be the Creator, the giver of all the gifts, and then the gifts must be enjoyed. Isn't this basic etiquettes? Isn't this basic common sense? These are basic morals that we have forgotten, that we must love God first. Manav no deha madyo, this precious, priceless human birth is yet again given to us for the umpteenth time, and we must learn this lesson sooner than later. Then life has been lived well, life has been used well, because apna sacha sangathi prabhu vina koi nathi hai. A real, eternal, permanent relationship that is going to last forever and ever and ever is only and only God. It's stupid if we take this relationship for granted. May we all wake up with this reminder and spend time in gratitude with God, thanking Him for all that He gave, for all that's happening, for all the experiences that we are experiencing, for all the feelings that we are feeling, for all the thoughts that we are able to think, for all the breaths that we are able to take, for these kirtans, for these bhajans, for our guru, for our guides, for these wake-up calls, for these reminders, that we cannot take those who love us unconditionally for granted. Our priorities cannot be misaligned. We must authentically, genuinely, deeply, truly and madly love God, love our parents, love all those gurus, mentors, guides who have woken us up, who have shown us the path. We must not misalign with the design of life. We must understand why and how this life has been created by God. What does He want us to understand? Why is He giving us birth after birth after birth? Why are we so ego driven? Why are we so ignorant? Why are we not able to read about God, to read about life in scriptures? Why are we not able to abide by the guidelines of the Guru? Why are we not able to prioritize all those entities that have given us unconditional and immense amount of love? Why do we not spend enough time, energy and love with them? Why are we so distracted? Why are we so lost and confused? May this wake-up call help us realign our thoughts, add more meaning and purpose to our life, to our existence. May it help us make better choices. May it help us understand that the play of life is temporary. May it help us not cling or become parasites to the new gifts that God gave us and make us forget the old gifts that God has already blessed us with. May it always help us prioritize God before anything else, and then parents before anything else, and then siblings before anything else, and then friends, and then soulmates, and then spouses, and then children. Whatever we got in life, we must value each thing. Once we value each one of them, there will be no prioritization needed. It will all be our first priority, but after God. Sahajanand Swami Maharaj Ni Jai.